Okay, so welcome. This is our first proper at MCCTV live podcast interview with Muckamore captain Neil Gill, first team captain, the one and only Neil Gill. So welcome, Neil. I know you're going to be part of the team when this all kicks off properly, but it's pretty good that we've got this up and going this far, isn't it?
Oh, it's incredible. Just walked in tonight and the setup is unreal. These two boys take some credit for it. It's been brilliant. I know you've put a lot of hard work into it. I know. So it's going to be good. It's going to be some good viewing over the winter, the cold winter nights. So
yeah,
looking forward to seeing it up and running. You know,
it's been good fun. It's been sort of the doctor who's the faceless doctor who's the brains behind the old operation. Say hello, doctor.
Hello.
All right. Okay. So he's figured it all out. We've just obviously, luckily for us, our committee has let us go ahead with the spend of all the equipment, which we're hoping to get sponsors. So if any sponsors are watching, we'd love you to sort of maybe chip in and a few quid towards it. So we've hopefully got some of those lined up. But if it wasn't for the doctor there, we would be, well, I know I'd certainly be lost with all this equipment. And we've got it up and running now, and it's just great, and it's just going to grow and grow. So it's only good for the club and good for everything else, because we're going to be talking about lots of different things in the NCU and the wider cricket world, you know, so brilliant. I know you're going to be a big part of it, so it's going to be exciting, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. And I was speaking to Sam Gordon, who's obviously in Australia.
Yeah.
And him and Jonesy had showed him a picture of the setup last night, and he was saying he can't wait for it because he'll be out working and listening to it over there. So that's what we're hoping, you know, to gain from it. You know, we're just to grow and grow. Like, we all listen to podcasts, you know, so we're going to hope to make it interesting and relevant to people and get people's cold winter nights in.
Oh, no, it'd be great. I don't know what we're going to do in the summer when all the cricket's going on. We'll have to be up at midnight doing it, but we'll think of something anyway. So, look, listen, we're here to talk about really what your plans are for the 2024 season. You've obviously got a big change in the squad. With big Jason van der Merwe coming to us at last. You know.
Yeah, at long last.
I know. I wish I had £1 for every time he said he was coming. I'd be rich, but
tell you what, I wouldn't be working.
Aye. So just to get him first and foremost is brilliant.
Outstanding. Jay's quality. Like, he's a great guy too. You know, although he hasn't been playing for us, you know, he's had an unbelievable career. Probably, well, not probably. He should have played for Ireland, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he hasn't. I know he's played a lot of night stuff and that, but he has. That's how talented the guy is, in my opinion. You know. But even though he's been away, he's been at the club. You know, he has beers with us, and I know his kids now are playing at the club on a Monday night. So it was only a matter of time. Being brutally honest, I didn't think it would be this season. As I always hope, I live in hope. But when he rang me on a Saturday and told me, I thought he was taking the proverbial out of me. But no, it was great. It was flipping great news. So yeah, and then obviously in the back of that, we've been able to get Jamie McGowan back. Who, you know, as I've said before, he's undoubtedly, in my eyes, the best keeper in the NCU. And him and Ben are going to work together at training. They're going to bring the best out of each other. And Jamie's batting's really improved as well. He's more aggressive now. He's a great player of spin. So it's great to get Jamie back, and he obviously knows the club well. He's been there for me as a kid. So and then obviously we've got Curtis Moorhead.
Yeah, that's good news. He's good. I'd never met him up until we signed him. He's a decent guy. He's good guy. He's good fun to be around, and I think he's going to be a great asset to the club as a whole, as well as a player for you.
He's all in. He's all in. He's not just going to turn up at training and turn up for matches. He's all in. We're starting football on Monday.
Yeah, night. I noticed that he's in the squad, isn't he?
9 to 10. He's playing. You know, 9 to 10. Driving back to Drumore. He'll not be in bed at bloody 12. But you know, he's with a couple of nights in the club coming up. You know, he's very keen to get down to them and you know, bring his partner down and introduce her to everyone and let her see the club and that. So so obviously the only outstanding one from that would be getting the pro. So I am working hard on it.
I know. I've been helping you. It's
tough. You know, it's tough to get. You know, when you're spending quite a bit of money, you want to make sure he's the right guy, don't you? You know, and what we're looking for, they're few and far between. As in a quick bowler who can bang it, basically. Some of them have been snapped up already. So Yeah, well, look, there's names bandied about most days. I'm talking to agents and other guys and stuff. So yeah, hopefully it'll not be long before we've a pro sorted, and then that's me absolutely delighted with the squad. You know, we have had a couple of departures in Ted, which was unfortunate. You know, I really would have loved Ted to stay. Ted obviously we know what he brings on the pitch, but equally off it, he's
a good guy.
He's just a lovely fella, as we all know. You know, and it's just unfortunate we haven't been able to keep Ted, but he was brilliant for us. I think he got 34 wickets in 19 matches and averaged 10 with the ball. So he was good, and he was as I say, his influence around the younger guys, Arnie and boys like that, you know, and you know he's plenty of experience. He's won everything there is to win, and he's had a great career, and I've no doubt he'll end up doing the business for another club.
Without doubt, he's just class act, isn't he? And obviously Vino's going as well.
Vino's away. I met Vino for coffee and tried my best, and you know he's a lovely fella. Again, just fitted in seamlessly. He was unlucky with injuries.
I know. I felt sorry for him. Was it early season? Broke his finger.
I was hitting the catches too high, you know, and he was just. Unfortunately, he broke a finger. So we didn't get to see the best of his bowling. We've seen it in indoor nets. You know, all the guys knew. Flip me, this guy.
He was my tip to take a pile of wickets. To be honest with you, when he was 6-7 weeks out. Without being able to bowl, and I know you opened the batting with him a few times, and he did. I'm
telling you, he
did all right, didn't
he? He had a couple of real important innings. He was dogged at times. There was times he went out and he played a rash shot and got bowled. You know, and you were thinking, Finno, what are you doing? But he's that type of guy, you know, and he's just a lovely fella. He's lovely around the changing room. When I had originally met Finno and tried to get him to sign, because he had a cracking year in the league below, Senior 2. He did say to me, Giller, once if we get up in the Premier League, there's not a chance I'm playing Premier League. You know, so the reason why I was meeting him was to try and get him to stay and give some of his experience to the guys in the seconds, and you know, have him opening the bat or batting 3 and bowling the 8 overs every week in the seconds, and being a part of the first squad. Obviously,
obviously need him if you're short.
Absolutely. You know, you need
a couple of injuries.
We've seen that last year. I don't think with a full team. I think with a full team 2 or 3 matches. You know, so you do need that bit of a squad of 15 or whatever, you know. So gutted to lose Vino, but he's not going to be a stranger. He spoke very highly of the club, you know, and he really enjoyed his time. And listen, he won a Section 1 medal and a T20 Cup. So
I suppose the good thing about it was that with Vino not bowling as much, it gave Shane Henderson a real good opportunity to sort of bowl for you throughout the season regularly, get all his overs in. And he was just fantastic, wasn't he? This last season.
Hendo, me and Kylan just thought it would be a good idea to open the bowling with him, and he just as the games went on, his confidence grew, and although he didn't take a bucket load of wickets in the power play, me and him had a good wee partnership. It was a nightmare for me at times, especially when the weather was hot at the start of the season. I was getting a minute and 30 seconds breather, and then having to go and bowl again straight away, you know. So, but it was good. It worked really well for the team. A lot of the T20 games we played, we killed the game in the first 6 overs in the power play, basically. So, as his confidence grew, his consistency, and that's always been Hendo's problem, is cutting out them 2 4 balls and over. And he really did. Consistency. He didn't try too much. He kept it simple. Whereas we all know Hendo can just throw a quicker one in when he's no need to. He's bowled 4 crackers, you know. Obviously in the Premier League there's a difference where you do need to mix it up a bit. You need to be smart. You need to outthink the batsman. So that's going to be another challenge for Hendo, but it's going to be a challenge for everyone going up into the league. You know, we've a lot of batsmen there that haven't really played a lot of Premier League cricket. You know, they have a lot to prove. You know, I'm 37 going in. I'm making sure that I'm going to be fit.
It has been sort of spoken about, hasn't it, Doctor?
Oh, I'm not getting any younger, it's safe to say. But do you know what? I don't feel 37, and I'm working hard, and I'm really looking forward to the challenge. Honestly, it's just, and that's what it is. It's a challenge.
I just heard you mention Kylan Varden's name there. He's a big part of our squad now, has been for the last couple of seasons. It's hard to see Muckamore first 11 without him. Now, really, isn't he? He's just a help for everybody, you know, up and down the club. You can see that. Great work ethic. He's just a great guy to have in your squad, isn't he?
He is. He's a lovely fella. He's very good at putting his point across. He has the respect of the guys. For me, as vice captain, he's a perfect foil. Going into the season, I'm bad cop, really. I'm old school.
Yeah.
Kylan's a couple of years younger. He's probably a nicer way of getting things across at times.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I've seen a different side of him, and I was delighted to see it. I've seen a more firmer, typical South African side, where he did read the riot act a few times, and the roles reversed, and he was sort of bad cop, and I let him tear on. So it was great to see that side of him. We need that. We need that toughness from the leaders in the camp. We need that bit of toughness to try and get the rub off in the younger guys.
Yeah.
So perfect foil for me. I have no doubt going into the Premier League. Section 1, and this no disrespect to Section 1. We've spent many a season in it. Obviously the wicket turning's good. The ball doesn't come on as much. There's a lot of medium slow bowlers that you have to force the issue. I think with him, and obviously with Ben and boys like that, with the ball coming on the harder decks, I have no doubt Kylan and Ben will have two good years on the good wickets. So Kylan's been great. He's fully invested in it. He's come back to South Africa for a month here, so I just hope he doesn't put on too much timber when he comes back fit. Sorry, mate.
So you're talking about again Ben as well. He's sort of signed away another year at Muckamore, which is just you couldn't meet a more bubbly, fun guy, but also a real determined cricketer, isn't he? He's just
Ben's 20, but he's got the cricketing brain of a guy that's played the game for a long time. He does now. He also has the off the pitch. He has the brain of a 13-year-old at times.
I know.
Some of the pranks he plays, the changing room, but he's good fun. He's a fit big guy, and again, he's on the phone to me most days now. We're trying to make sure we get the right pro in. He's excited for next season. We've a WhatsApp group of me, the 3 Saffers and Satish, and between us all, we're going to sit down and make plans for pre-season for the season when it comes round, and we're all in dialogue over the pro. So Ben's class. He definitely won't be playing any pranks on me next season. I opened my cricket bag there about a month after the cricket season, and he had put 2 bananas in it. So I was delighted at that.
Well, to be honest, I've heard worse things left in cricket bags. So probably
true,
go away
true.
with it,
But let's just say it'll not happen again.
Okay.
But he's good. He's a fit guy, as I say, and he wants to go to the top. And he's busting his to do that. So it's great. He's great guy to have around.
Then we go on to Satish as well. I mean, he's an incredible find for us, really, wasn't he? I'm not saying the jury was out when you joined us. We really didn't know what he was. I know you'd come across him in a couple of games before, and then he's just turned out to be a complete magician with the ball for us, and ended up with 67
wickets.
Yeah,
it was crazy. It was crazy.
Nuts.
We played against him in the Senior Cup.
Yeah,
the season previous. He batted 3. He was getting a lot of abuse that day. Keatsy was playing it, and he was at first slip, and but he just got a bit of abuse, and he did get a bit of a tough time on the pitch. And then he bowled, and he bowled 3rd, 4th chains, and just bowled bouncers every ball. So that's all I got to see him. From what I seen with his batting, I thought I couldn't really call it on his bowling, because he was literally just, probably because of the dogs he got. He was trying to probably hurt a few boys. And then when I heard he approached us, he was impressed by us that day, although Craigie beat us, and he thought that we're a team that should be in the Premier League with a few, at that time with a few good players. And so to sign him first training session, he knows. Like, I just thought, no, he's a wee bit lazy here. Kylan was doing glute exercises, and right enough, they were a nightmare. They were sore, but everyone was doing them, and Satish's first training session was sort of just sitting there not doing them. So I thought,
I can understand that, though. Yeah.
Absolutely. Here, do you know what? I know you can, but no, you would think, first training session, I'm going to impress. But look, he obviously once the season started, did I think he would get 67 wickets? No. And that's no disrespect to him. I've never seen him bowl apart from the bouncers that much. So that was a real bonus for us. It also meant that some of the guys didn't get as many overs as the Ian Wilson and Arnie and even Ted. Even myself, I never had to come on at the death.
He just lead it up, didn't he?
Him and Pavin. Pavin ended up with 42, was it? 42 wickets? Maybe more, 44. In and around there anyway. So me and Hendo were doing a good job in the power play, first 10. Maybe getting 2-3 wickets, and then the boys would come on and clean up, and Ted would maybe get a couple of overs at the end,
Yeah,
or maybe, you know, don't get me wrong, there was days in like the Temple Patrick game at home where Ted came on, and his first over he cleaned up the pro who was in 50 off 30 balls, and then Ross Bryan's came in and he got him with an absolute 2 jaffas through the real. So it was a real bonus, and you know, I suppose, and he'll tell you that himself, is that the disappointing thing probably was that he is a top bat. He's a top all-round cricketer. And
I know, he's brilliant.
Again, I forget his age. He's 23.
I know.
He has the cricketing brain of a 50-year-old as well that's played years. So he works well on the pitch. Me, him, Kylan and Ben would all talk plenty, and there's some things we don't all agree on, but we're a good foil for each other. His batting, he'll tell you himself, the guy is a quality bat. He's a classy bat.
I know he's disappointed with it. But I think you'll see a big change in him.
Without a doubt. You know, he's lost a bit of weight there already. He's training hard. You know, guys know it's, and the guys that don't go and work hard over the winter,
it'll show.
It'll show. You know, so
now, obviously go on to, you know, a big season for this young man, Ewan Wilson. You know, he's going to be batting, and hopefully he's going to be, you know, putting a few overs for you. It's going to be a big year for him, really, isn't it? He's going to.
It is a massive year for Ewan. Like nobody's ever doubted Ewan's talent.
Oh, he's just exceptional.
I suppose, you know, my hope is that he opens a batting and he gets us off to a good start in the power play and he kicks on. Yeah, you know, don't get me wrong. You know, it's night and day between the leagues now. Yeah, you know, he's going to be up against it. But he's got the talent. You know, I just hope he has which I think he will. I think he will. Also, I can see him being an opening bowler as well for us. If he can run in and get his head round the fact that he will go for boundaries. I think that's the big thing with him. If he comes on and maybe goes for a couple of boundaries first up, it's key. It's key that's going to happen. You know, Ross Adair, Chris Doherty, Faiz Fazal, the list goes on in that league. You're going to bowl good balls, and they're going to go to the boundary, and that's the way cricket's played now. So it's not letting his head drop; it's coming back and just trying and just hitting toppy off. And he's got a bit of pace when he bends it back, when he has his rhythm, when he attacks the crease. So my hope is that Ewan could maybe even take the new ball off me, and I could bowl first, second change. You know, and that would be ideal. So look, the world's his oyster. He's still a young fella. He's a big fit guy. So I know he's back playing hockey there, so he should be fit. So big year for him, as it is for the rest of us.
Yeah,
you know?
certainly, without a doubt.
And look on.
Luke, I was going to bring on to Luke. Really, I mean, you know, last season, I just thought he was one of your best players that you had. Just dogged and determined. I mean, I think against Temple Patrick away. Arguably won the game.
It did. Belfast at home.
Yeah, Belfast
at home. On 112. He's the guy for that situation. Yeah. You know, and I've said it before. You know, he's a frustrating wee man at times. Like, but this year I've seen a big difference in regards to he wants to train.
Well, even Loreville, in fairness, when Loreville just won the game arguably again, didn't he?
Yeah, he's perfect for that number 5 role. You know, so. As I say, I've seen a difference in him this year with regards, he was wanting to train, you know, right up. In fact, all the guys were, in fairness, even when the league cleaned up, the boys were still, I'll tell you better than that, even after the last match, there was boys still looking to go down and train. I know, yeah. So, look, I've seen a big difference in him. He's perfect coming in when we're in the shit, basically. You know, 12 for 3 at Temple Patrick in a huge game. You know, we won that game. If we hadn't won that game, we won that game on 8 out of 8, Dave. Huge game, a huge game, and him and Satish put on 100 odd, and the two of them are outstanding. Luke was brilliant that day, you know, and I can see him in the Premier League again, having no fear, being perfect in the middle order again, and he's just good at he runs the fine, so he done a great job doing it, and that's important for team. You know, our I know it's easy when you're winning every week, Dave, but the camaraderie in the team was up there as the best I've experienced at Muckamore, and it is easy when you've only lost 2 games all season. But the big thing that we do is the fines. So after every match, you know, there's fines, and Luke's the one that would be the fine master. And Luke's just bought into it all a lot more than he would have done a couple of years ago. So it's good from that point of view. And he's still a youngster, but he's experienced now in the first 11. So
you know, sort of more like, obviously we got Arnold as well. That's going to be a part of your squad. And there's obviously some of the younger guys that you're going to be looking to bring in if there's
well, as I've
a
said,
chance
Dave,
to, like Jude and Sam McGee.
Absolutely. Look, I was at the gym there, and I seen young Sam McGee in the gym. I just hope young Jude Keats is listening to this, and he, instead of going home and chilling out, maybe heads down with his mates and gets fit, because we need a big squad. We need a squad of boys that are hungry to come into the first. Jago's another one. You know, Jago got fit last winter. He needs to go now and get fit again, and Jago has the talent. So, look, we're going to need 15, 16 players. You know, Graham Ormiston's another, you know, one that could step in and open the baton there if required. So, Sam McGee, Jude, what they need to do as well, Dave, is make sure that they're scoring big runs in the seconds, you know. And I'm going to be a wee bit harsh here and a bit critical, but, you know, if you're wanting to score runs in the Premier League and get a chance in the Premier League, you need to score runs in Junior 1. You know, Sam McGee needs to turn his 30s and 40s into big scores. Jude Keats the same. Jude probably batted better for the first in the matches when he came up.
I think Jude is a cert for the first at some point. You know, just.
But again, Jude is. But you know, over the winter here, he does need to work hard. He needs to develop shots like we all do against spin. You know, Jude is very good against seam up, very good against spin. But he'll tell you himself, he needs to develop the sweep. He needs to move his feet. You know, and listen, I don't really sweep myself. You know, it's just to get to the next level. That's the way Premier League is. It's a semi-professional league now. You know, you're up against top players every week.
I know.
So, look, they've all got the talent. They're all super fellas. They need to score big runs in the seconds. Arnie, I can see Arnie. You know, Arnie's going to be a part of my squad. You know, we've got a spin options go. You've got Curtis and you've got Hendo, and you've got Arnie. I know Vander Merv's going to work on a spin, and Kylan's potentially going to work on a spin. Why not? But I think with regards Arnie, I've said to Arnie, I had a good meeting with him. I think for Arnie's development, I think bat top 3 in Junior 1, be that real senior guy in there, and bowl 8 overs every week and knock my door down. You know, it's not going to. We can't get to the stage where we're throwing out places in Premier League cricket, you know, having done nothing. But there will be injuries, you know, and it's crucial that them guys come in and add to the team, you know. So,
what's your sort of your realistic sort of hopes for the Premier League next year? You know,
well, look,
no bullshit, like, you know.
No. Listen, if we get the right pro in, if we get the pro that we're looking, you know, that guy that can take the new ball with me and be quick, you know, and can come in 5 or 6 and go big. I can see us, listen, top half anyway, you know. I'm not going to sit here and say we're, because the league is, it's just.
Well, it's just gone mad, isn't it?
It's gone mad, obviously.
We're going to have I've got a wee list here. I mean, Lisbon seem to have done a lot of business, haven't they? You've got Mark Adair gone there. Adam Kennedy and Ryan Macbeth have all gone to to Lisbon,
and I've heard that's not the end of it.
No,
if you believe, you know, if you believe what you hear and the rumours you hear, look, Lisbon are a top club. You know, take away from the first, they're doing things the right way. You know, and I think I'd said to you a couple of years ago, Dave, on the social media front and the youth front, that, you know, with the girls, Lisbon was the blueprint. In my eyes, you know, and there's a lot of great guys in the club, you know. I know Gramer and Fozzie and Davy Simpson and Dean, and it's a proper club. It's a proper family club, and why not? If they want to do it, why not go for the hills and win the Irish Cup and everything? They're assembling a team there now.
It looks like it
that could compete on all fronts. So
we thought we were the front runners in the bringing people in and stuff, and then suddenly Lisbon has just come in and just out of nowhere, just all these people signing.
I think with us, we were always, if we get up, we were always going to hopefully get a couple of boys back. So we've got 2 back. You know, Sam's obviously went to Carrick, and fair dues to him. Carrick's a top club. I was there myself. Great people. But I think, with regards to Lisbon, Dave, you know, they're doing things the right way. They're like ourselves. They're investing in their youth, their ground. They're getting 2 hybrids. We're getting 2 hybrids. You know,
that's another thing to talk about. The 2 hybrid wickets is going to be interesting for us. It seems like the way, I know we're going to use one more or less for grass wicket training a lot of the times. It's going to be interesting. We don't really know. I don't think anyone really knows how they're going how they're going to play, and all the rest of it.
Yeah. No, look, as I say, it's okay investing in your team a wee bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's Premier League now. I think we've all accepted that.
Yeah.
But it's crucial that you don't forget the other parts of the club. And there is clubs that do that. But what Lisburn are doing and what other clubs are doing and what we're doing is, we're putting money into the ground. We're working hard in our youth. We've improved it year on year. Our ladies, and then all this stuff off the pitch, which adds to everything.
Oh, God,
the interviews and these podcasts and the
the
stuff.
MV Play cameras just turned it around.
Like the MV Play cameras has been incredible. I've had loads of guys from the Northwest, even Leinster. I've had guys from other NCU clubs asking me, Giller, we're interested in doing this. Who do I contact to speak about it? So. Yeah, look, and we copy people as well. I know. That's just the nature of the beast. But at the end of the day, it's working well for us. There's a real good buzz around our club, and I'm sure there's a buzz around the likes of Lisburn and stuff. So, listen, we're investing in 2 hybrids here at £11,000. We're going to get a big tarpaulin that covers the whole square, which we need now. I think every ground should invest in one. Just with our summers, they're not going to get any better, really. So that's going to help Les and the ground staff. There's other plans like moving the 2 nets back, so that if there is games on and also that it'll make the ground even bigger, but it'll mean that if there's a game on the main pitch, which there is,
and hopefully, we don't really want to say too much about it, but fingers crossed. Most of the people know that we can't play adult cricket on the back pitch, but it looks like we've 99.9% secured a new venue for. It'd be a brand new pitch, brand new
and a good pitch,
all weather, good pitch,
good and, changing facilities,
changing room, showers, all the rest of it. It's just going to be perfect for us.
It's obviously, Dave, don't get me wrong, it's disappointing to see 2 games going on at the one time at the club on a Saturday, for example. But like, I grew up in the club, obviously playing down the teams, and we were at Antrim Grammar, and we'd sat on the wee bridge, eating our teas and that. There's not many clubs have the luxury of having 2 grounds at the one.
Well, the only good thing is that there'll be youth cricket and women's cricket on the back pitch still. But saying that, everyone probably knows that it's obviously because of the houses are there and the ball hitting the houses is a problem. But women's cricket is getting better, and last season I was umpiring a game and. Two of the women were just short of knocking it over the top into the houses for 6. So they're only going to get stronger and better at the game. So, but nevertheless, under 11s and youth cricket will be played on the back pitch. It'll always be there for that. So,
but again, the club have been proactive there, and they've went. We used Park Hall, and thanks to Park Hall for letting us use it. Just with the football that they have and stuff, it just the outfield and that just wasn't ideal, and getting access into the school and that, but. This facility is going to be superb, and for a ground that's down the club, it's going to be perfect for us. So, again, the club are doing the right things.
Right. So we've got. I know you want to talk about this. We'll talk about the Christmas draw.
Yes.
Now I know that we've put this out differently this year. We've tried to obviously raises money. To help play for things like the hybrid wickets and all the other bits and pieces we've got going on around the club.
Yeah.
Playing in equipment, as you said, touched on, is so important that the money that our club generates isn't all going on for paid players, basically. Yeah. And people won't mind so much as long as they can see a bit of investment back into the club. So this is what the Christmas draw does, brings money in, and we've gone. I'll leave it up to you to explain what we've done and try and persuade people to buy tickets, really. So go on ahead.
Yeah, so we decided there's a commercial committee with us 3 and a couple of others. So we took the decision to go online and do it, basically, to save us going and getting prizes and going and getting tickets organised and stuff. And it seems to be the way it's going anyway now. So, there's like £2,000 to the winner, £1,000 to the runner-up, 750 to third, 500 to second or fourth, 250, something like that. Anyway, it's good cash prizes. £5 a ticket. 4 get 1 free. Buy 10 get 2 free, or 5 free.
5 free.
Sorry, I've been put on the spot here. Sorry,
come on, killer.
But no, look, we're actually gonna, Jonesy the doctor is gonna he's gonna put the link in the description of this podcast. So please don't only buy a ticket or two, but sell them to your friends. It's a real good fundraiser. And again, we've a cracking day in the club on the 9th of December, Christmas jumper day. It's always packed. There's always football on, the pool competition, dart competition. It's always good crack.
Yeah.
The draw's being done at about 6 p.m. that evening. So, as I say, you could be £2,000 richer coming up to Christmas.
If you remember last year, we did it, and it went to we made a contribution to the Violet Breach appeal. Helen and Connor Breach's wee daughter, who's just part of our club just as much as anybody, who needs some special equipment to help her.
Yeah.
So that's what we raised money for last year. This year is for Laura McGrath, who's another one of our wee bluebells that got very, very, very poorly just after Christmas, I think. Had to go to Bristol and live and get treatment. And lucky enough, it's seemed to have worked. She's still got a bit of a battle ahead of her, but she's now running an appeal to raise money for the charities that helped her and her family. Like they got accommodation paid for in Bristol where she was getting a treatment. All these sort of charities. So again, the club will be making over the next year, including the Christmas appeal. Christmas draw, we'll be making a donation to her appeal to raise money. So it's important. It's not just for us so we can run about like a load of idiots playing cricket. It's actually going to do some good and help somebody, for someone who helped one of our wee players who's going to be playing at our club and no doubt be a bluebell in the future. We're just so lucky to have her, really. So it's just remembering that some of the money is going to go towards that as well. So
look, we've a list of events, and we've got as far as June, and then we'll sit down New Year and get events for the rest of the year. But obviously, every event there's going to be a donation, just like with Doma Violet, you know, from the club. So like we've got a casino night on the 18th of November. That's you run it yourself. It's a super night. Again, get down. It's in the club. It's going to be a good night's crack. I've agreed to do the banker. So
banker.
I'll be I'll be.
I don't know what you said there, mate.
Sitting with my pint of Guinness and taking your money. So bring plenty of money with you that night. There is talk that we might just do cash that night. But again, Jonesy, the main man here, is going to do a bit of a poster for it, which will be shared on our socials tomorrow. We then have the 9th of December, which I've touched on, as our Christmas jumper day. It's always a super day, you know, for everyone in the club. It's just a
pool competition, darts competition.
It's just a real good day. There's always sport on the TV and stuff. So, and then look, January we usually tend to keep it empty because everyone's just burnt out after Christmas and that, and they don't get paid for about 6 weeks. And then with Ivor McMeekin's quiz in February, and then, as I say, with a list of events. Aside from that side of things, you know, we are looking sponsors. We're looking sponsors for this podcast, which we hope will have a big reach. We're looking sponsors for each end. We are getting another camera at the nursery end. So after every over,
you're talking about the MV Play cameras. We have one to both ends.
So basically, last year we only had the one at the river end. We're going to have two. So at the end of every over, it'll switch, and you'll get the view of the trees and where 6 Mile River is. So we would look a sponsor for each end, basically. As you've touched on, with 70,000 people viewing last year, that's only going to go up this year with us being in the Premier League. So yeah, it's that we're looking sponsors all the time. So if anyone's watching this and they want to get a chat, me and you'll go down and meet them and explain, you know, what's in it for them, basically, as well.
But also, this podcast is for other, you know, it's not just for Muckamore. If people want to, you know, get in contact and fancy being on the podcast, other teams in the NCU, whether they're, you know, any news that we want to share and come and talk to us about. We've got a facility here now with our podcast stuff that we can actually ring you up. So you actually hasn't got to come here and you'll be live. You'll be live on the podcast at the same time. So it's all we figured it out yesterday, Jonesy, didn't we? We had to make a phone call, and it worked.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, famous last words. Nothing caught fire anyway, did it? No. So yeah, it's you know, we're hoping to grow our club through this, but also you know, get other people involved. If you've got something to say about cricket, whether you're in the NCU or whatever, just get in contact and come and tell us. We'll be happy to sit and talk about it. I mean, it's
just contact the Facebook page, even private messenger,
whatever you want.
And just I suppose anyone watching that has played cricket before, has never played cricket, you know, we're a big club. You know, we're a great club down there. We're very welcoming of new members. So if you're watching this and you want to give cricket a go, or you played years ago and you want to start up again, or you've got kids that want to play, or we're very welcoming. We'd love to see you down at the club.
Brilliant.
You know.
Well, I think that just about wraps it up, Jonesy, don't you think? Talked
Excellent.
enough. So this is, as I said before, this was more of a practice just to check that all our equipment worked, really. And we'll be doing proper podcasts with guests and stuff from other cricket clubs and our own cricket club and other sporting teams and stuff like that starting hopefully next week. Listen, thanks for listening or watching or whatever, and thanks, Gill. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
I know you're going to be part of the podcast going forward and asking the important questions and talking about stuff. And
well done to you two boys. You've put in a lot of work. I know you've been eager to get it started, so it's great to see it come to fruition now, and it's going to be class, as I've said before. So well done, Jonesy and Dave.
Anyway, thanks everyone else, and I'll speak to you later, Gilla.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers, Jonesy.